What's up guys, Ryan here. Today I wanted to do a video talking about Helium 10's black box. So for those of you not familiar with Helium 10, they offer Amazon sellers like you and I a rich suite of tools that assist us in automating different aspects of our business and helping fast track us to doing tedious things like finding profitable products to private label and sell as fulfilled by Amazon. That is actually specifically what black box attempts to help us do. And the way it works is they use software that basically scrapes Amazon listings on a regular basis and returns the different data points that Amazon makes publicly available to the Helium 10 database that is essentially acting as a clone of Amazon's catalog. But because they control the database, they can then allow us, sellers who pay them for a license to use their software, the Helium 10 black box software, the ability to query on different parameters to help fast track the search for finding profitable products. And what I'm going to attempt to show you in this video is how I recommend doing that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is sign up for a Helium 10 account if you don't have one already. And as you can see here, if you come to my blog, I have specific coupon codes that will get you either 50% off your first month or 10% off your annual plan if you opt to sign up for that. However, it's worth noting you don't actually have to pay when you first sign up. They're actually really nice and give us a whole free tier where we can use their different products various amounts of time in the free tier without even putting a credit card on file. So that's what makes them unique. A lot of tools want you to put a credit card on file up front. I know most people are hesitant about doing that. The nice thing about Helium 10 is that they're so confident in their products, they don't force you to do it. And actually what I'm going to be showing you today is using the free tier. So they'll give us up to 20 uses of black box, as you can see here right on top. Let's jump back over to my blog just so you know, and I'll put these discount codes in the description right here if you want to use them, but you can just click the link and it will open up straight to Helium 10 where you can create your account. So once you are registered, you'll want to log in. It should take you to the dashboard that looks like this. And then right on top, black box, go ahead and click that. It has a cube icon for the product. All right, guys, and once you see this screen, this is black box. So at the top, they allow us to enter a number of parameters to query on and basically exclude products that we don't think fit what we're after. Now, the first thing you're going to want to look at is the categories. And if you have a paid account, you'll be able to see more search results than I'll be able to using the free tier. So I actually already paid for a Jungle Scout product database subscription. However, I have used Helium 10's black box quite a bit and I'm very pleased with the results, but that's why I don't pay for two tools. If you want to start by selecting categories, I'd recommend arts, crafts, and sewing, automotive, home and kitchen, industrial and scientific, kitchen and dining, office products, not musical instruments, but office products, patio, lawn and gardening, pet supplies, and sports and outdoors. You might also do toys and games. There's definitely big time profit potential there, but it's also pretty cutthroat, very saturated with savvy sellers. If it's your first time, maybe exclude that. Also, when you're importing stuff for children, there's extra restrictions that you might not want to deal with if this is your first time launching a product on Amazon. So for categories, that looks pretty good. With regards to monthly revenue, I like to use $3,000 as the minimum. So let's say we're making 30% profit margin. At $3,000, we'd be making $900 a month, which is pretty good for one product. Obviously, it's ideal to make more than that, but as a floor, that's not bad at all. And this could mean that we're maybe ranked on page 1, but not at the top. Over time, we might be able to climb our way into that organic top spot, but without being in the top spot, you can absolutely operate at a profit on Amazon. So maybe we're making $3,000 revenue with this product at the floor, and we can climb. There's potential for higher. And as a max monthly revenue, I'm going to put in $30,000. Keep in mind, guys, that the higher the revenue generated monthly for your product, the more cash flow your business is going to need to keep inventory in stock. So I don't know how much money you personally have ready to invest in selling this product on Amazon, but let's just say that your product costs are about 25% of the actual sales price. So if you're doing $30,000 in revenue a month, you need to multiply that by 0.25. And that means that you need to front $7,500 worth of inventory every month. And kind of the way that ordering Amazon inventory works is you're basically going to order multiple months worth of inventory at a time. In one order, you're going to drop 15,000, and then before Amazon deposits the money into your bank account from the sales that you received over month 1 and month 2, you're going to want to reorder and drop another 15K in advance, because Amazon has like a holding period with the money to account for things like returns, refunds, stuff lost in the mail, etc. They don't want to eat the cost for that. They'll take it out of the money they owe you. So you're not going to see that money right away, and they pay you twice a month, but you're basically going to have to float, 2 orders worth. And I have a whole nother video and blog post about this subject. It's called "What Does It Really Cost to Sell on Amazon?" Basically going over this hidden fee that a lot of people don't seem to talk about. And you know how you can really trust somebody when they talk about selling on Amazon is if they actually shed light on this fact that you don't just order inventory for 1 month, you order it for 2. And then before you see, let's just say you sell out of that inventory, you projected perfectly. You had 2 months of inventory that you projected and you sold out in 2 months. You're going to have already placed the next order and paid for at least 30% upfront to your manufacturer, 30% of 15,000 before, you sell out. Otherwise, all the momentum you gained from all those sales is instantly stopped and killed because you're out of inventory and you're waiting for the next production run. And then most of the time you're going to be shipping via sea to save money. That's another 20 to 30 days. They have different speed ships they can use, but it's pretty much 20 to 30. So anyways, I'm ranting about something that's a whole nother video topic, but hopefully there was some value there because it is something that not enough people talk about. So $3,000 to $30,000. I've been in this Amazon game for a while. I can definitely bankroll a $30,000 a month revenue product at this point. At the end of 2017, I launched an entire 7-product brand for a website that I created in college. It was like a dream of mine, all custom made, tied back to the website. It was brilliant. I dropped $35,000 on the first order. Let's talk about price. I think the good price range for your first FBA product to build in some cushion is in the range of $20 to $50. Now, again, $50, that's pricey. Depending on the product, if it's moving high volume and costs $50, you're going to need big bankroll to invest. But maybe it's low sales velocity, high cost, in which case you can still make money like that. So you know what I mean? A lot of people say sell between $20 and $25, but if you can go up to $50, sell fewer units at higher cuts, that's fine. You know what I mean? Profit margin is measured in percentages. Anyways, so $20 to $50 is the range I like. To account for people shaving a penny off the top and saying $19.99, I like to do $19 to $51. We just add $1 cushion on either end. I think that's a good price range to start with. I've sold products as much as $150. They were large oversized products that were pretty expensive with base cost. And the issue with that, and that's also me jumping the gun to shipping size tier, I recommend sticking to standard size only. If there's any returns, issues with shipping, like shipping is super expensive when you deal with oversized units, and any returns, you're going to buy the return shipping label for your customers, and it's just going to crush your margins. Also, another thing that not many people talk about, I actually don't know if I've heard anybody talking about this, and I listen to plenty of Amazon media and podcasts, etc., is that when you do inbound shipments for FBA with oversized units, guys, they will not tell you to send it to one warehouse. They'll tell you to send it to 3. And that, again, crushes your profit margins because it costs more money, as you would expect, to split a shipment into thirds and send it to 3 different places than if you were just going to send it to 1. So yeah, you want to stick to standard size units, especially if it's your first time. It's not that you can't make money selling large, but you don't want to deal with that headache if you're relatively new to the scene. Review count. I don't think min review matters at all, but I think max, I like to use 150. That way we filter out like really long selling established products that we wouldn't want to compete with. Because if a product has 150 reviews, they've been selling on Amazon for years, they are the incumbent. It's going to be extremely hard to ever surpass them. And even if they go out of inventory and we jump ahead of them, most likely once they restock, we're right back down behind them. All right, review rating. This is essentially like saying, hey, do we want to only target 1-star products that are doing high revenue? Because that's a good indicator of they have terrible customer feedback, yet people are still buying the product. So maybe customers don't have a choice. And that would be a good, signal that, hey, we can jump in here. So typically I don't like to use that logic. I like to just do 5 stars and see a full range of products. This is what I call product discovery. In my Amazon course, I break this down into product discovery, where we'll just open up Notepad, and in my course, I give you a Google Drive spreadsheet that's extremely just packed with value that I'm not going to put out in a free video on YouTube, but we'll make a list of products in the discovery phase. In phase 2, it's the validation phase. We actually use publicly available information, and then again, with my spreadsheet, we plug in some numbers. We can pretty much project exactly how much money we can expect to make selling that product per month using information that's publicly available with the assistance of tools like Helium 10 and Jungle Scout and or whichever one. They pretty much do the same thing. So anyways, review rating, I like to just use 5. I think that's a good, because if you put 1 star in, if you put 1 in and it's actually doing between 3,000 and 30,000, most likely it's a new product that people like and it's got like 1 review and it's a bad review. These types of products would be rare. So let's just do 5. Let's not complicate things. I'm rambling. All right, next, I'm going to hit search. Now, because I'm on a free plan with Helium 10, as I mentioned, I'm a Jungle Scout subscriber, so I don't pay for 2 tools. I can only see 10 search results. However, if I have 20 free uses and I get 10 search results per, I basically can see 200 suggested products based on parameters that I input on Helium 10 for free. And that's not bad at all. So thank you, Helium 10, for making this available for free. And don't forget that on the homepage, they made at least 11 other tools available. And I just heard earlier via an email that they have a new tool that they're about to release that helps automate seller to customer communications, where basically when they purchase from us, we can have an automated email go out to them saying, hey, we saw your product was delivered. Please let us know if you like it. You can request, basically you're allowed to request honest feedback. You can't request positive feedback. So it's a great way of boosting your product reviews as well as your seller feedback, both of which help bolster your Amazon account and establish yourself on this marketplace where customers are becoming more and more savvy. They don't want to be buying from a new account with no feedback, or they don't want to be buying that product that only has 1 review. So it's definitely valuable. But anyways, that's a different tool. Let's go back to Blackbox. So again, we're in the free tier. We only have 10 search results, but we can always research. So this first product, it has a price point of $28, doing 327 sales per month, generating $9,152 in revenue. And I love that the best seller rank is under 10,000. Now, as a general rule of thumb for me, personally, I think you should be targeting products with the best seller rank. Generally speaking, keeping in mind that best seller rank is specific to product listing category. So there's a number 1 bestseller in different categories. I think 25,000 or less is what you should be shooting for. Now, again, this is the discovery phase. When we go into the validation phase, if we look and the best-selling product on the primary keywords is only bestseller rank 25,000, that's not cutting it. What we are seeing right here in front of us is just based on the parameters we told Helium 10's black box to show us results for. So this looks great. I love that, and I'm going to add this to the list. So I'm going to grab the product name and just normally, like I said, we'll do it in a Google spreadsheet. But for now, I'm just going to use Notepad because I'm keeping my proprietary spreadsheet private off YouTube. If you're interested, check out the course. Next one, premium clear large cupcake containers, 24 regular compartments. That is surprising. I do not cook. I do not bake. So I would not have guessed that cupcake containers sell this well. I mean, again, sub 10,000 BSR, doing just about $10,000 a month at $23 price point. That's great. I mean, again, you never know what you're going to get. That's why you use these tools. Now, I also do recommend trying to sell products that you bring personal knowledge and expertise to, if you can. But, if not, it's okay to, extend out of your comfort zone. All right, professional gravity feed HVLP spray gun. That looks like it has too many moving parts. And when you see something like this with a lot of moving parts, you probably want to stay away. And also the price point, $45. It's pricey. Rhinestone car plates. So products like this, you're going to see some that sell well, but there's nothing stopping 100 other people from selling the exact same product 2 weeks from now. And I don't like those types of products where we really can't like private label it and put a brand on. You know what I mean? we can't put our brand on a license plate anywhere. So I like to stay away from products like that. I like to be thinking more down the line of launching a brand, launching complementary products, doing brand registry, etc. Sandstone and sage reusable produce bags. Oh, wow. Ooh, look at that BSR. 2,143. So I'm not going to get into validation, but it is worth, because when I see a BSR that low, I get suspicious. Maybe they're doing a lightning deal or a outlet deal or something. This other, when you install Helium 10's Chrome extension, which by the way, I didn't recommend that you do. Sorry about that. I forgot that step. It's not related to Blackbox, but it's great for the validation phase. And it basically replaced the Chrome extension Keepa that people used to use to track bestseller rank data over time. But then Keepa moved to a paid model, and Helium 10 gives you the information for free. So why not just move to Helium 10? I made a separate video about that as well. But the nice thing about seeing BSR data over time is that if they're running a sale, we'll see it, and then we'll know that this is an augmented bestseller rank, and we won't be fooled into thinking that it always sells this well. However, I can do the last 90 days, and you can still see here that the sales rank is bouncing back and forth between 10,000 and 20,000, give or take. And then at some point about a month ago, the sales rank started to normalize around 5,000. And then over the last 2 weeks, it started to normalize around 2,000 to 3,000. Either way, that's a great bestseller rank. And you can private label these bags. Obviously, they have a nice little spot there. We could just swap our brand on. They're lightweight. They're not fragile. What's not to love about these? 90 customer reviews, all 5-star. That's crazy. So we're definitely writing that down. Oops. As well as the ASIN, of course. All right. Wheel chocks. Car and RV rubber block. 11,000 BSR, $30. See, I mean, I would never think to sell these, but again, like small, lightweight, not fragile. Love the price point. You can see the sales history here. When you see something like this where the BSR is climbing, and then drops off a cliff, that means they were probably out of stock. You know, they just didn't stock it. And then all of a sudden they came back in stock, and the sales rank is pretty well normalized between 10 and 20,000. That's great. That means it's selling, it's moving. So write that down. Get the ace in there. See, we only got 10 free search results, and I mean, we've got 4 product results. How awesome is that? One thing I will say in my experience between Jungle Scout and Helium 10's Black Box is that Helium 10, so far in my usage of it, seems to parse out related similar products, whereas Jungle Scout will just list, like, if it's a single listing of like a baseball cap, because when I'm recording this video, like MLB season just started and baseball caps keep popping up in the product results feed, I'll see a baseball cap for every MLB team listed separately in the results. Now, I'm not trying to knock Jungle Scout. Obviously, that's that's the one I pay for, so that's the one that I obviously prefer personally. But Helium 10 has not really led me astray. It's been great. This portable glass smoothie blender, funny story, when I was in China last year, we were walking around and I saw this in like a store window, and I was like, I wrote down a note in my cell phone, like, do some research on this product. Now, I don't know if it was this exact one. I ultimately didn't end up selling these portable blenders because there's just too many variations and variants of them. And I don't have enough time to go figure out like why some support a higher price point than others. So I just skipped it. But this one's $41 and seems to pretty well have normalized under 10,000 BSR at that price point. That's pretty damn good. Also, this is a great example of just perfect product images. I mean, look at how beautiful that primary image is put together. That's incredible. All right, and the last one, car Sun Protection Visor. A car visor is selling that well at $19.98. So when you get under $20, damn, yeah, it's normalized at around 3,000 BSR. When you get right around $20, depending on the product, you don't have that much cushion when you get around $20. Because keep in mind, Amazon has a referral fee for everything that sells through Amazon.com. And then if you sell through FBA, which is what I recommend doing highly, they take an FBA fee. And then you also have to pay your cost of goods, and you have to pay inbound shipping from overseas to the United States. And then you have to pay advertising fees. I mean, you don't have to pay advertising fees, but I mean, it's pretty much become a part of the pie that you have to account for. So all of a sudden, your margins are getting squeezed pretty thin, and this is why we don't just do product discovery, but we also do product validation. We have to go look at the competition, see what the average price point is, and then figure out if we can sell it at a reasonable price that leaves us with at least bare minimum. We want to be looking for a 20% profit margin. And ideally, it's 30%, because when you have a 30% profit margin, you're going to give yourself at least, let's just say, a normalized 10% of your profit goes to ads, and then you keep 20%. Again, the landscape of Amazon is evolving and changing constantly. And if you've paid attention, you've probably heard recently that I think Amazon's now like the third largest media company in the United States, meaning revenue generated from ads. So yeah, they know what they're doing. They're forcing sellers to participate in launching PPC campaigns through the various channels on Amazon. It's not all bad if I'm trying to make it out that way. That's not my intention. Anyways, guys, I feel like I've been rambling. Thank you for checking out this video. Hopefully it was valuable. And if you use Helium 10, go ahead and sign up using my link as a thank you to me. I do get a little bit of kickback if you sign up and end up using a paid plan. Clearly, as you can tell from this video, you don't even have to pay to use Helium 10, and it still provides us sellers so much value. So there's really no excuse not to be using it, especially since Keepa moved to a paid model and Helium 10 was the perfect replacement. So anyways, again, if you like this video, please hit that like button. Drop me a comment with any feedback or questions. Subscribing to me on YouTube would be all I could ever ask you to do. It would mean so much to me because I'm trying to grow this channel. Also, if you are trying to learn how to sell on Amazon and you got the gist that I know what I'm talking about, which by the way, I publish completely transparent income reports from day one, which was 2 years ago as of me recording this. Actually, it was 25 months ago to, like I said, 25 months later, you get to see a monthly income report that I publish on my website for Amazon FBA, Amazon Merch, and print on demand. You get to see my passive income journey. And I did this whole thing while working a 9-to-5 and teaching college courses every semester. So it's truly passive. It's truly side income. I am extremely thorough in letting you know step by step exactly what to do. I handhold you through the entire process. If you're interested, I will put a link to that below as well. Thank you for checking out this video, guys, and I'll see you at the next one.